All right, guys, here we go. In this video, we're going to go over the top 10 coins that a huge influencer on X, with tens of thousands of followers, is recommending for everyone. Okay. And we're going to break them down just looking at the chart, which are the strongest, which are the weakest, if any or all, have a good opportunity to make some big runs this alt season. But first, wanted to start off with Bitcoin real quick and a couple of the altcoins that had the best charts and some of the best fundamentals to back them up. Okay. Well, first of all, with Bitcoin, we're calling what was it, the low here, 107,250. We're going to call that the bottom of the market for Bitcoin. Obviously, unless we come back and take out this, let me move this down here so you more clearly see it. Unless we take out this blue dash line down here, but right now this area here is our support, and we're looking at this W formation. Of course, we're having a heck of a time getting over resistance at the red dash line at around, let's just call it 112,600, okay? We're just even round numbers. And that's what we need to get over to get the party started. But anyway, we're calling this the low of the market between now and the end of the year. And we'll see if this pans out. Of course, we take out this low pivot, we got more problems than this call not being correct. Okay. All right. So what I want to do, I want to show you the charts of just, a couple of altcoins that have some of the best charts, strongest charts that we can find out there in the market right now. And one of the first ones here is Ethereum, okay? And then we're going to compare that to the top 10 that this influencer recommended, okay? And what we're going to look at here, let me just take all this off real quick, is that the recent highs we're staying close to that. And yeah, we're just under the 20, but still pretty strong holding this range. And as you see, we're just consolidating sideways. And what you do in this situation is sit on your hands, let the market, figure itself out, let the longs and the shorts fight this battle here. And then when you get the breakout or the breakdown, because price is trapped, there's only one or two ways in go up or go down. Okay. So you just sit on your hands, wait for the breakout or breakdown. Okay. And as an extra little tip, the more narrow this price range here, the more compact that spring is, the more violent, the stronger, the harder, the faster it'll break, either to the upside or downside. Okay, so pretty good chart here on Ethereum, on Link, pretty good as well. See the recent highs. We haven't sold off, melted down that much from those recent highs. Okay. And this will make sense in a few minutes, in a few seconds when I go to the top 10. Then XRP, everybody's heard of it. But see, its chart is a little bit weaker. Okay, so right now, here's a strong one. See, holding the 20, well, just right under the 20 link, a little bit lower from its high. It tried to come up, made a lower high here. And now we're, consolidating a little bit lower under 20 in XRP. You're over the 20, but as you can see, we've come down pretty good range. Let me put that back on. See this? So that's resistance, the red dash line. Blue is current support. Need to hold it. If you drop here, we could go and start retesting this low pivot and this consolidation. So I'll just leave that there. All right, here we go. We're going to go into that person's top 10. And what I like to do is just, rank them by how the chart looks. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you were way up top, back in December of 2024, you were right here. You melted down this whole time, almost, pretty close to coming up on another year. And it's BAND, band, okay, protocol. You're well under the 20, beginning to be under the 200. See how this is all sold off? What this tells me is that the insiders have sold off, like a little pump and dump here. Uh, you know, I had a nice little, zones here where you're making higher lows and higher highs, but everybody started bailing out, and then the community started bailing out, so on and so forth. So that is there's a big difference in this chart compared to Ethereum, for example, or any other altcoin. I'm not picking on any altcoin. I'm just showing you the comparison. So Ethereum has less of a uh, you know what am I thinking? Resistance to get up and over. See, it has less to recover from. After selling off a little bit, as opposed to band, he's got to go through all of this. Okay. Now, yeah, it's just 73 cents. It can do it real quickly, but it's, the same process you got to overcome. And right here, the next one, BERA, Bera, I guess, and not too bad, but if you see where it came from, uh, way back over here, it's had nothing but more of a bear market. It's been in a bear market now. Yeah, it's pretty low, cost, about $2.30. You can make a run, but as you see, it's got to overcome as it runs up this high pivot. You got to look left and see all the resistance. See this consolidation zone here, this high pivot over here that really ties into this zone here, and then right through here, low pivot, support. We wicked into it. So that's going to be resistance coming up there. Plus, you don't really want to be in a stock or an altcoin that's also under its 200 day. See the 200 there? Let's even look at XRP. 200 is, or above it. Okay. And then next one is Filecoin. See, it's at the lows down here. And yeah, I mean, it can bounce off the lows. You don't want to be shorting this area because you're already coming in the previous support levels, uh, consolidation zones where people came in and bought it. But you have this uptrend line to get through. You got the 200 you got to get over. And see all these pivots here? You have to get through that. That's resistance. That's going to be, every time it comes up, many times you're going to have to pull back and get that W going. And W meaning, low, high, higher low. Okay. As we move, and I'll show you more of that. But all this consolidation right through here is like concrete trying to get up and through it on the way up. Now, I'm not saying they cannot do that. I'm just saying if your coin, if these were athletes, okay, in some sort of, game out there, running, jogging, riding motocross, bikes or motorcycles, and you have to get through all these obstacles to get to the finish line. The finish line is the previous, high. Well, Ethereum's the closest it is, so it didn't have to go through all of this to take that. Ethereum right now doesn't have to take out all these previous consolidation zones, the 200 low pivots, high pivots. That's what I'm getting at. Then the next one is HNT, helium. Again, uh, chart looks good as far as a possible bounce because you're coming into previous support, all this consolidation, so on and so forth. But you're going to have to break that long-term uptrend line. And as you come up, everything that's going to be a headache for you or price is right, right in this area as you're coming up to it, especially the 200 from an extended, price point there. Okay. So you're going to get, and then, yeah, all this zone here, you're going to have to fight your way through it. It's not just going to go, with one candle all through that. Okay. Now, can it do it? Yes, absolutely. If the community gets behind it, if you get some big hitters out there behind it, it can, but it's just going to be, more labor intensive than altcoins that have held their own, that had a, gentle pullback, a shallow pullback, adjusted on the chart, they're ready to bounce again. Here we go on the next one, JUP, whatever that is. Now it is actually looking a little bit, more bullish. Remember we talking about the W, okay, right here, low, higher low, a little bit higher low, consolidation through here. See, you had a little breakout, follow through, but still you have this high pivot. Well, we can tie those two together. We're gonna have that high pivot to get through to work through. Okay, so right now, yeah, you're putting in, you know, maybe it'll do something like that. So you're putting in those W's, and at least you're above the 20 and above the 200. That's positive. And then I put that trend line down. Yeah, you got to break. Look like that's a bad line. I'm sure this candle broke through it. But then the next one, Hondo, and we like this one too, actually. And as you can see, compared to the other, see, there was the low, there was the high, and it's drifted down. But look, it's not like that one, okay, or this one. See, it's go back to Hondo anyway. Let's stay with this one, and then put our little trend line down here. I need to break through that. See all this consolidation here? That's resistance, resistance. See, we couldn't get through it. And even today, we're struggling to get through it. Okay. But it can. I mean, we're now, which is, more uh, bullish than bearish right this second anyway. See, we're putting in lower lows, lower lows. Now we're beginning to put in what? That W with, higher lows. Okay. Well, we got one on the books. We need to take out this area. So I think it takes out, 94, 95 cents, a nice green candle similar to this one or even that one there. We could get a little push to the upside. Next one is RNDER, render. Okay. Yeah, we teach yeah, I'm laughing because I'm seeing this like you guys are first time. See, nice little breakout, a little bit of a low, higher low. See how we pull back, down, up, down. That's what you want to look for. Now, this is one of the alleged AI altcoins, in that sector, in that industry. And the 200, reason why I laugh at the 200, high percentage of time you're coming up into it, you'll get a rejection, a bounce, pretty strong resistance. But yeah, it's not good. We're selling off here, but we're over the 20 now. We do have a good little consolidation zone here. Uh, should we come back and retest? But we don't want to come back too deep. We want that shallow pullback. So we have a low, high, higher low. So if we come back in, we won't start putting in green candles there. Okay. And then next one, RIO. But see, started up here, down, up, down. But the good thing, we're coming back, or for it, all through here. See, we got under it, but got over pretty quick. Got under it, but got back over this line quick, wicked into it. And like a draw straight, we have come back into it. For this one, you want to hold this area. You don't want to take out this lowest pivot here. But again, you got to start making those low, higher lows. See, that's how you dig your way out. That's the secret. Okay. You don't want to keep making lower lows. And the last one here, well, there's two more. Sui. Should go like this. See, downtrend line, high, lower high. And we broke over it and the 20. Let me bring this in so you can actually see it yesterday, which is very positive, bullish. See, we're over the 20. Matter of fact, I kind of like this one as well. There's a couple here I do like. Low here. See the red candle, we pull back and then we started going again. So higher low, begin to put in that little W, little selling off today. See that wick? All that was probably green at one time. It's sell off, sell off, sell off. On this one, not financial advice, none of this is, but right across here, see, we couldn't get through, couldn't get through, couldn't get through, couldn't get. Anyway, all that resistance should be a nice base, hopefully, for support. Plus, you have the 20. You lose that, you start getting back down here. We might come into this zone. and retest. But keep your eye on that. But yeah, I like that one. Then the last one here was Theta. It's been a heartbreaker. Just can't. It's got so much going for it, but just can't, get off the floor. Good solid base around 76 cents. See all that support through here and down trend line. Broke it with that candle here. And again, see what I'm telling you, that 200, how strong it is. If we were doing small cap stocks, we'd be shorting that each time. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But Theta needs to get above the 200. It's not doing anything until we can break out and get basically over 84 cents to get the party started. But even Theta, see, got these high, see, it's got uh, a lot to do before we can break out and get a little bit uh, clear skies. But see, at one time we were up here in the threes, okay? And they just, with all the patents they have, with all the AI, media, video, everything, doesn't matter. Honestly, the fundamentals do not matter with these altcoins if the the universe is not in there buying it up, and by the universe I mean just investors. If they don't see the value here or the potential pump, they're not going to touch these altcoins. And as you can see, if it were a very strong, if everything they're putting out there was that great, that positive, you wouldn't be from here to where it is now. Okay, it just makes sense. You'd be more over here if big money, like Ethereum, if big money's coming in. So the majority of these that we went over, the top 10 of that influencer on X, there's hardly any that I would be interested in at all, quite frankly, because the chart's not there. The chart shows you if people are interested. The chart shows you um, if money's coming in, money's coming out, whatever. So just be aware of that. And if you like to be able to do this on your own, find your own altcoins, find your own small cap stocks, be able to enter, hold, and exit, and have a pretty good percentage of probability and odds of being successful. I'll put our course link below regarding finding those altcoins and small cap stocks and how to trade and well, a lot of other things in there involved. But appreciate you watching. Hopefully you got something out of the video, and we will see you on the charts.